It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 24th of July. I'm Michael Groff. Active weather across southern Arizona this afternoon and this evening. The possibility of strong and severe storms with us. The main threat, damaging straight-line winds in excess of 70 miles an hour. But the usual concerns from monsoon storms will be with us as well, including blowing dust, brief heavy rain, and of course, lightning. So there's a lot going on. We'll just dive right into it here. First, the almanac from yesterday, 113 degrees the afternoon high, 93 the morning low. 106 and 85 are the averages for this time of year. I'm looking outside now just after 3 p.m. We've got partly cloudy sky, 112 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 55, humidity 15%, wind west at 16, gust to 22, and the barometer is falling. Checking the radar right now across the area. We've got storms lining up to the north and east of us along the rim, the eastern mountains, and we've got some storms well to the south of us, just west of Tucson. Those storms have prompted a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. And with these storms beginning to develop, our main concern will be those outflow boundaries generated by those storms coming off the rim, and also the storms from southeast Arizona. We could see colliding outflow boundaries, those convergent outflow boundaries here across south central Arizona, including Phoenix, and that could really set the stage for a rather intense thunderstorm outbreak here this afternoon and this evening. The upper level weather pattern across the nation, and really synoptically, the pattern hasn't changed much. We still have high pressure sitting just to the north and west of us. The flow aloft is out of the northeast, and so obviously that's a good wind flow to bring those storms off the mountains into the lower deserts. Historically speaking, the northeasterly flow, that's where we have seen some of our most violent severe weather outbreaks in the monsoon seasons past. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be that way tonight, but the possibility does exist. The watch warning map, we've got heat advisories and excessive heat warnings scattered about through the west, the Mojave Desert, the valleys of California, the Pacific Northwest, the Intermountain West. And here in Arizona, we've got a couple of issues. First of all, a blowing dust advisory sits to the south and east of us. And just issued while I was preparing this video, a severe thunderstorm watch is now in effect. And that includes much of south central parts of southeast Arizona. The counties included there, you've got Graham, Gila, Pima, Santa Cruz, Pinal, and Maricopa County. This includes the Tucson and greater Phoenix metro areas, as well as places like Globe, Casa Grande, Gila Bend, Maricopa, and Nogales. So this is in effect until 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time this evening. Now remember, a severe thunderstorm watch means that conditions are favorable for the formation of severe thunderstorms in and close to the watch area. Does not mean that there are thunderstorms or severe thunderstorms right now, but be aware that there could be over the next several hours. And obviously, the convective outlook, we've got the risk of severe storms across parts of the northeast, well north of Arizona, including places like Boise, Idaho, and Bozeman, Montana. And here in Arizona, that level 2 out of 5, as it's known, the slight risk of severe storms. Again, in kind of that same area with the watch, including the Phoenix metro area, Tucson, and much of, at least a good portion of southwest Maricopa, parts of Pinal and Pima counties, Santa Cruz County in that standard slight risk. The marginal risk goes well to the north of us as well. All right, precipitation outlook. This is valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix generally under 1/3 of an inch, but as always, when we show you this graphic, your amount will vary. And during the monsoon season, it can vary quite drastically, as some areas can pick up 1 inch or 2 inches of rain in short order, while other areas close by get nothing. And that's going to be the nature of storms. Even this afternoon and tonight, we do expect scattered showers and storms, but scattered is still the key word here. And these storms have, as we've seen with the outbreak we had the other day, not necessarily big rain producers. Now, today could be a little different, but we'll see. Every single day is different in the monsoon, as we all know. All right, let's get into the details of this weather pattern right now. To do that, we explore the models. Take a look. This is the GFS. It is the 12Z run valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. High pressure to the north and west of us. That northeasterly flow aloft continues. So for the rest of this afternoon and this evening down at the surface, we'll see increasing clouds, scattered showers and thunderstorms over the higher terrain rolling into the lower deserts. Some of those storms could become severe with strong, damaging straight-line winds. And, of course, that could generate some dense blowing dust, particularly from West Phoenix, western Maricopa County, southwest Maricopa westward into La Paz and Yuma counties. Western Pima County could really see that blowing dust picking up. So we do have to be aware of that possibility as well. We'll put a 50% chance of showers and storms into our forecast for this evening here in Phoenix. And overnight lows tonight will generally be in the upper 70s to upper 80s. And again, that severe thunderstorm watch till 9 p.m. Activity should really die down after that, but we can't completely rule out a stray storm or two popping back up overnight. Here's a forecast sounding. This is coming off of the 3-kilometer NAM. And this is at 7 p.m. tonight for the greater Phoenix area. And again, when we show these on these weather videos, we like to really go under the hood and get into the nuts and bolts of the forecast. To some of you, this just looks like a bunch of nonsense. It looks like Greek. It's gobbledygook. It's Klingon. But this kind of gives us an atmospheric profile of what's going on. And some key elements here. Cape values really elevated, over 2,000 joules per kilogram per the forecast sounding from this 3-kilometer NAM. And the D Cape values are elevated, so that indicates the potential of strong, damaging straight line winds. You got that inverted V sounding there in the lower levels. And so things are coming together to form the potential of strong and severe storms. Of course, the mixing ratios are decent, and the precipitable water is high enough that we could see some locally heavy rain, but we're not looking at a major threat for rain or flash flooding. And of course, you see the possible hazard type there is severe. All right. Now, as we get to tomorrow, I was talking about earlier this week, Wednesday or Thursday, maybe even Friday could be key for some strong and severe storms. It sure looks like tonight is going to be that night. But if for whatever reason that doesn't materialize as advertised, tomorrow could be active. Otherwise, still I would expect scattered showers and storms to develop over the higher terrain and widely scattered storms in the lower deserts. Just given the weather pattern overall, this is still favorable for at least a few storms tomorrow afternoon. Probably not as active if tonight turns out to be a pretty widespread thunderstorm event. Still, we'll call for a chance of showers and storms tomorrow. High temperatures, still hot. I'd say anywhere from about 108 to 113. More or less the same story on Friday, although we might start to see a decrease in moisture out to the west of us. Still, chance of afternoon and evening showers and storms on Friday. Maybe some locally heavy rain. You see it there, the GFS showing that along the southern border of our state. We'll see how it plays out. But as we start to head toward the weekend, we're going to see the weather begin to transition here. As we go to Saturday, we've got a trough setting up over the Pacific Northwest and digging a little bit further south. And so the flow aloft may start to turn more out of the southwest, and that's going to dry us out for a time, push that moisture off to the east of us. So we'll take the chance of rain out of the forecast for both Saturday and Sunday. And with slightly drier air working in and the upper heights coming down for a change, that should result in temperatures lowering slightly closer to seasonal averages. I'd say highs probably between about 103 to 108 for both Saturday and Sunday. And each day, the sky is mostly sunny to partly cloudy, and the air mass is drying out, at least somewhat. Now, the weather going into next week is still somewhat uncertain. We do have some of our models that indicate high pressure builds back in fairly rapidly. It even indicates an inverted trough sliding into southern Arizona for a better chance of showers and storms. But this run of the GFS has flip-flopped on that and now continues this trough only slowly lifting out and keeping us dry on Monday and even into Tuesday, keeping things rather dry. So we'll see. Here's a week from today. This is Wednesday, the 31st. Now the GFS is building the ridge back in here slowly, off to the east of us now across New Mexico. And the upper heights are returning to around 594 to 597 decameters with that ridge. So temperatures would be heating back up well over 110 degrees once more. We just can't catch a break. But moisture would be increasing once again as well for at least widely scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms. Going out 10 days. This is Friday, the 2nd of August. How about that? The old 6,000 meter ridge, 600 decameters. And that's centered there over Wyoming. So if that's right, the ridge is a little bit of a distance from us. Now, it's still going to just be absolutely toasty out here through the entire west and even into the northern plain states, if this is correct. But the ridge would be far enough away, southeasterly flow, we'd have at least monsoonal moisture streaming back in for scattered afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms, maybe a disturbance or an inverted trough, and The GFS doing what the GFS loves to do, and that's develop some sort of tropical cyclone there off of the coast of Baja. So we'll watch that to see if that happens. But at this point, I would not hold my breath on that part of the solution. But still, we'll see how that plays out. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix. This comes off of the GFS Ensemble out to the 7th of August. The Ensemble mean continues to, it's holding around a half an inch, a little above that. And the European Ensemble, well, it's obviously below that. It's under a quarter of an inch. And again, the difference between the Ensemble members, or the ensembles overall and their means has been well documented and just continues to be present and has been so all summer. Looking at temperatures off the national blend of models, by and large, we're going to stay above average through most of the forecast period and could be getting pretty toasty, especially if that very substantial ridge starts to build out toward the end of next week. Even if it is located farther away from us, temperatures would still be sizzling hot around here. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video and make those monetary contributions. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out our videos and everything Michelle related down in the description. By the way, you can donate to us also via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. GROFF show@gmail.com for PayPal. And we, sure would love to have some of those donations, keep the channel going. All right, so just to recap, the chance of showers, thunderstorms, maybe a few strong and severe storms is with us this afternoon and this evening. And we're quite concerned about that. Now, maybe I'll just go through my slides here real quick once more and I'll show you. This is the severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect until 9 p.m. this evening. Once again, includes Graham, Gila, Pima, Santa Cruz, Pinal, and Maricopa counties. Again, that's till 9 p.m. It includes the greater Phoenix metro and the Tucson area. The chance of strong and severe storms, a severe thunderstorm watch, meaning conditions are favorable for the formation of severe thunderstorms in and close to the watch area. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Doesn't mean it's happening. Means that chance, that conditions are favorable for that. And they certainly are this afternoon and this evening. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and you guys have yourselves a beautiful rest of your Wednesday.